Everything has a why. You turn a corner in a city you have never visited, and suddenly you are certain. You have been here before. It feels supernatural. A memory of the future, a past life, a glitch. It is none of those. It is your memory caught in the act of checking itself. First, what déjà vu actually is. It is not just a feeling of familiarity. It is a tug of war. The name says it. Déjà vu is French for already seen. The feeling of having already seen something you objectively have not. And almost everyone knows the feeling. Roughly 2/3 to 3/4 of people have felt it at least once. But it is strangely tied to age. It peaks in your late teens and 20s, and then slowly fades for the rest of your life. Even for the people who get it most, it is rare. Just once or twice a year. A flicker, then gone. And that is the scientist's nightmare. How do you study something that lasts 2 seconds and that you can never summon on command? So a scientist named Anne Cleary built fake worlds. She put people in virtual reality and walked them through carefully designed rooms. Here was the trick. A brand new room, full of different objects, but arranged in the exact same layout as a room from before. And it worked. To see why, you need to know that memory comes in 2 flavors. There is the slow, detailed kind, where you remember exactly why you know something. And then there is the fast kind. A bare feeling of knowing, with no details at all, like seeing a face you are sure you know, but you cannot place them. Déjà vu, the leading idea goes, is that fast feeling firing all by itself. Familiarity, with no memory behind it to explain it. And often, what feels familiar is not the place at all. It is the shape of the place, the hidden floor plan. There is another good explanation too. You glimpse something with half your attention. A heartbeat later, you look properly, and it feels second-hand. So where in the brain does this happen? Follow it inward, deep beneath the surface into the temporal lobe. And we know this for a startling reason. In some epilepsy patients, doctors can switch déjà vu on with a tiny pulse of electricity to one precise spot. And the precision is uncanny. Zap one tiny patch, you get déjà vu. Zap its neighbour, and you get a real specific memory instead. But be honest, it is not really one magic switch. It is a whole network of regions firing slightly out of step. Now, for the deepest clue. Patients who get déjà vu auras have one very specific glitch. Their sense of familiarity is broken, but their detailed memory is fine. Which leads to the most exciting idea in the whole field. What if déjà vu is not a glitch at all? What if it is your brain's fact-checker doing its job? And brain scans back this up. When déjà vu strikes, it is not the memory replay center that lights up. It is the thinking, checking front of the brain. So that strange electric feeling? That is the sensation of your memory catching itself in a lie. A false alarm. Flagged in real time. And we know it is a feature, because we can see what happens when the fact-checker breaks. It is called déjà vécu, already lived. For these patients, the false familiarity never gets switched off. So the feeling of already lived this is now permanent and total. They will refuse to read a book or watch the news, completely certain they already have. They even invent the details. And that is the proof. A healthy brain feels the same false familiarity, notices it, and shrugs it off in a second. That shrug is the whole point. Now, an important caveat. For almost everyone, déjà vu is completely harmless. But for a small number with epilepsy, it is a warning light. And here is the tricky part. The epileptic kind feels exactly the same. Doctors tell them apart not by the feeling, but by the company it keeps. So let us bury the myths. It is not a memory of a past life. It is not a glitch in the matrix. And it is not you seeing the future. And that last one was actually tested. During déjà vu, people swear they know what comes next, so scientists checked. Their guesses were no better than chance. And to be fair, the science is not finished. Everyone agrees on the rough idea. The exact wiring is still being argued over, but the big picture is beautiful. Déjà vu is not a crack in reality. It is your memory proofreading itself and letting you feel the moment it catches a mistake. But if your brain can trick you into feeling you have been somewhere before, here is the flip side. Why can you remember none of being a baby at all? Like and subscribe for more.